Oh my gosh. What's up, everybody? Listen, as you can see, I am freaking exhausted. So, I mean, I actually feel amazing right now, but like just drenched in sweat, right? We just burned, between me and the Bradens, about 1,000 calories. I'm sorry if I haven't got my shirt off. I just been like literally drenched in sweat. So me and the Bradens did a workout this morning where we were down there on the volleyball court and on the little playground. I got some outside workout stuff in. We started off with a circuit of, it was like a shoulder back circuit where we did like the TRX band. It was like rows, curl to shoulder presses. And then, so the circuit was this. It was like all bands or the TRX band. It was like side raises, 20 side raises, 20 front raises, 20 curl to overhead press, 20 band pull aparts, and then 20 tricep band pull aparts, which I would have to show you to see actually what that's like. And then 20 rows on the TRX band, low rows. But between each of those things, between each station, you had to take a lap around the volleyball court. Take one lap around the volleyball court, and then a 60. We were going to take a 90-second break in between, but we did about a 60-second break in between each one. So during that, we burned about 500 calories in 30 minutes. We did 6 rounds of that. 6 rounds. It was freaking killer. And then Braden Searle's like, hey, let's just do a CrossFit finisher every minute on the minute, 14 minutes. And we're like, okay, cool. So we did burpee broad jumps, 4 burpee broad jumps, 10 mountain climbers, and then about 10 to 15 yards, depending on how much of a wuss I was being. Braden did 15 yards every time, 10 to 15 yard bear crawls. So you're doing 10 burpee broad jumps, then, or 4 burpee broad jumps, then 10 mountain climbers, then 10 bear crawls every minute on the minute. So you only get as much rest as what's left in the minute after you're done doing that section, right? So freaking, I learned a couple of lessons from this, and this is why I'm actually talking about this. I'm gonna do a full workout video. I'm gonna put together a workout video and make it for you guys for Monday, and make actually like a sick video for Monday. But the thing that really stood out to me about this, guys, was a couple things. That last part was so hard, I thought I was gonna throw up, the last CrossFit finisher that we did. It was so hard, I thought I was gonna throw up. I'm not used to doing that type of workout. I love pushing the weights, right? Like the gym, pushing the weights, that's my type of workout. I can lift more weight for a longer period of time than anyone, but like getting your heart rate up like that, where you just feel like you're gonna throw up, and where you just can't push your body and like your lungs are like coming out of your chest because you're breathing so hard. I'm not used to those type of workouts, so I was being a little freaking sissy. But I was working out right next to both of the Bradens, and Braden Searle was just going so hard I could like barely keep up with him. So when I couldn't keep up, a couple things happened. My mind started to say, hey, look, Hayden, you just get a little bit more comfortable. You just need to be more comfortable, man. If you just make yourself more comfortable, you'll be able to finish the workout. Because remember, 14 rounds of this, right? There's 14 rounds, so I'm like, 14 rounds? I don't know if I can do this for 14 rounds. So there's this rule by David Goggins, came up with this rule, and then they tested it on Navy SEALs and found that it was true. It's called the 40% rule. And the 40% rule is when your mind tells you can't anymore, your body is only at 40% capacity, meaning you can still push your body way farther before it reaches failure, right? So your mind has this defense mechanism that says, hey, pain, what happens to cavemen when they start feeling pain? Well, there's the chance of dying, right? Or our animal part of our brain is like, hey, watch out, danger. On the other side of that pain, there's a lot of danger, so don't push it too far. That's what your mind is telling you. Your mind is warning you. So your mind warns you in a preemptive way, like way in advance to when it's actually gonna fail, okay? So what my mind was doing was saying, hey, Hayden, this is super painful. It's gonna be way painful, like excruciatingly painful if you push yourself this hard. Because I did the full thing on the first round and the second round and the third round, but after that I started to cheat. And why did I start to cheat? Because my brain is like, hey Hayden, this is really painful. You still got 9 more rounds of this. It's gonna be so painful. You should just ease up a little bit. Just go to comfort. Your brain always wants to go to comfort, at least the animal part of your brain. The prefrontal cortex is what makes the decision to push beyond that. It's the awareness part of your brain that says, no, I'm pushing myself farther. I'm fine. It allows you to withdraw yourself and look at your body and say, no, I'm gonna be fine. The animal part of your brain, the reptilian part of your brain, or the limbic system is what tells you, hey, watch out, there's pain here, go to comfort, status quo, take the easiest route possible, okay? Don't risk it. So I start cheating. I start modifying my burpees. I start not doing the bear crawls as far as I possibly can. And you know what? That was still painful. But would it have been that much more painful to actually just do the whole freaking workout the way it was supposed to be done and not cheat? Yeah. It would have only been a little bit more painful, a little bit more. So a little bit more pain to get the full result is actually way more worth it than just going to the comfort of the status quo. Now, how does this relate to sales? I started thinking about this. A couple conclusions I drew. Had the Bradens not been here working out with me, had they not been here, I would not have pushed myself even as hard as I did. So I would have made an excuse. I said, now I'm only gonna do 10 rounds instead of 14. Or, no, I'm not gonna do burpees at all, I'm just gonna do broad jumps. I would have made it easier and I would have not pushed myself at all. So I didn't even push myself to my full potential, but I wouldn't have pushed myself nearly as close to how we push ourselves had those guys not been here working out with me. So surround yourself by people that push you to your limits. The second thing I learned is everybody makes excuses when things get hard. Your brain is convincing you to make excuses because it's a defense mechanism. It's a freaking defense mechanism, and that is why your brain makes excuses. When you make excuses, you're not a bad person. Oftentimes when we're like hard-nosed, we like to think that, oh, whoever's making excuses, they're just like weak-minded. It's not that you're weak-minded, it's that your limbic system is trying to convince you to stop because there's pain there. But if you have to be able to withdraw yourself and say, no, I am in control of my body, I'm gonna push myself farther. So I promise you tomorrow, I'm gonna freaking do the whole thing. I'm gonna push myself harder and I'm gonna win. And anyway, I had that thought today, guys. That's my motivation today is like, whatever you're doing today, if you feel comfort, then that means that your brain is trying to convince you to be safe. And there's time for comfort. You should definitely feel it. But when it's time to win and when it's time to go into battle and do something hard, anybody can win when it's comfortable, right? But are you gonna be the type of person that can choose to win and push yourself beyond your limits even when it's not comfortable? Are you gonna choose to still come out this summer even though there's some discomfort around the fact that the coronavirus is going around? Are you gonna choose to still push yourself to get another sale even if you have your best sales day? So like, let's say your best sales day is 7 sales in a day and you have 7 sales and it's only 7 o'clock at night. Are you just gonna chill and coast? Or are you gonna be the type of person that pushes yourself to the next level? Again, are you gonna come out this summer and make the decision to actually do what you committed to do? Withdraw from your limbic system, go into the frontal lobe and say like, no, my value center is the frontal lobe. Say, no, I value my word. So even though it's uncomfortable, I'm going to keep my word. Anybody can keep their commitments when it's comfortable. It's the people that truly succeed and that do something freaking awesome and make an impact in people's lives. Those are the types of people. Those are the people that when it gets hard, they still choose to follow through with their word. So go freaking kill it today, guys. I know I am. At least I'm gonna push myself to kill it. And I hope everybody has a freaking amazing day. I love you all. Talk to you soon.